Good morning, everyone. This is Nikita HB. Today, we, the team members, are here to present a case study on software testing types. So, now let us know the meaning of software testing. It is a process to evaluate the functionality of a software application with an intent to find whether the developed software met the specified requirements or not, and even to ensure that the product is defect free in order to produce a quality product. So, this software testing is really required. We can just develop the software based on the client's requirements and can release it. Let us think, what if there is no software testing in the development process? For instance, consider we access our bank online, we do shopping online, we order food online, and many more. We completely rely on software and systems. What if these systems turn out to be defective? We all know that one small bug shows a huge impact on business in terms of financial loss. So, to deliver a quality product which is defect free, we need to have software testing phase in the development process. And some of the reasons why testing becomes significant are cost effectiveness, its customer satisfaction, security, and its product quality, and many more. And there are certain methods for testing the software. And the first one is manual testing. It is a software testing process in which test cases are executed manually without using any ready tools. Here, all the test cases are planned and implemented, and even the report are generated manually. Whereas in the automation testing, it performs testing using specially designed automated tools to execute the test cases. Here, no need to worry about how test cases are being executed. We can record the test suite and even we can replay it. Now, you can ask me, while we have automation testing, who while we have a automation testing, whoever will sit in front of computer and test the software manually? Here we need to understand that automation testing demands considerable investments of money and resources. And the goal of automation is to reduce the number of test cases and not to run manually and not to eliminate the manual test itself. And next we have static testing, which is also called as verification, and dynamic testing, which is also known as validation. And static testing is a technique which is used to check defects in software application without executing the code. It is performed at the early stage of development. And if we come to the dynamic testing, it is a process of validating software application under different environments to build the right software. And we have three testing approaches, namely white, black and gray box approaches. In white box approach, it is in that testing, an internal perspective of the system is calculated. At every unit, what is the structure of the code, what programming skills are used, and how test cases are designed are tested. But in black box approach, testers evaluate the functionality of software without looking at the internal code structure. Means, if I enter a particular pin, my phone should get unlocked. I'll not check the code written for unlocking the phone. That part will be done by white box testing. In black box testing, we'll just verify if it works or not. And gray box testing is a combination of both of these approaches. Here we even check the internal code and we even test the functionalities. So these are some of the methods and approaches of software testing. Now let us know the types of software testing. The very first one is unit testing. In this type of testing, each individual units are tested. The main purpose is to validate each and every unit of the software code, and that software code performs as expected or not, and it is performed during the development phase. So why we have to use this type of testing? Because it is very easy. Since software is divided into units, bug detection becomes fast and changes can be made quickly. Even it supports code reusability. If we look on to the unit test life cycle, at first we check the code, we take out the code from repository, we, if required, we make the changes, and we execute the unit test. We'll detect if there is bug, and we'll try to fix it, we will fix it, and we review the code again and put back the code to the repository. So this is how the tests life cycle. In unit testing, since software is divided into several units, statement, decision, branch, condition, and final state machine are tested very properly. And it covers almost all aspects of a program. But some of the disadvantages are, since software has to be divided into several units, the code becomes a little bit lengthy, and if the units are not done properly, it cannot detect all the errors, and it is not suited for high-end user interface. It works well with the simple and lowered business logics. And the next one is integration testing. A software project consists of multiple software modules which are coded by different programmers, as we know. So integration testing is the testing where software modules are integrated logically and tested as a group. And some of the advantages are, even though it is difficult to detect defects in integrated modules, it is done very easily. And integrated components can be tested, and it also reduces the software failure risk. And importantly, the issues ignored in the unit testing are addressed. And there are various strategies to execute the integration testing. Among them, the Big Bang approach. In this approach, all the modules are integrated together at once and then tested as a unit. This combined set of components is considered as an entity here. And we have another approach called as the incremental approach, which is again divided into top-down, bottom-up, and sandwich approach. In bottom-up approach, integration testing is a strategy in which the lower level modules are tested first. These tested modules are then used to facilitate the testing of higher level modules. The process continues until all the modules at top level are tested. Once the lower level modules are tested and integrated, then only the next level of modules are formed. Likewise, top-down integration testing is a method in which integration testing takes place from top to bottom. The higher level modules are tested first, and then the lower level modules are tested and integrated in order to check the software functionality. Whereas in sandwich approach, top level modules are tested with lower level modules at the same time. Lower level modules are integrated with top level modules and tested as a system. Since it is a combination of both top down and bottom up approach, it is also known as hybrid integration testing. So thank you.